Avina, what do? You continue to just stay guard? Half an hour of nothingness?
Probably moving on to the next room. With them.
Alright. You walk in here, and that's long enough to see Zephyr putting the two books together and putting it into his backpack, and Perthros picking up papers that he's clearly been rummaging through and putting them into his backpack.
There.
Mostly picked up the cube. Like 90%. Within reason. Scraping the floor for every last speck of cube.
Close. I'd say, like, after a couple of sentences between these guys.
There's a...
Tate, do you say anything to them? Or do either of you say anything to Avina?
Oh, what was it like being inside a slime?
Neither of them were in the slime.
Oh wait, no, I thought Lamb.
And you
I
know,
Cal
I
was
already
in here.
asked that
No.
question.
Alright, I'm gonna walk up to Jared. So, what are you doing with your book? Because I don't think she ever found out.
Consolidating information.
Consolo.
Nope.
The book.
Because I still have the book. So I'll see the information when I remove it from the book sex.
He did. He just didn't read the title, because the book was
How
already
much
open.
information can our books have? Jesus.
It's a magical book, Tate. Infinite.
What dimensions are
64 gigabytes of text alone.
Hmm.
64
books have you
gigs.
done
Come
that
on
with?
now. No,
69 bits, obviously.
I meant that's all his dimension is 64 gigabytes. I
No,
was thinking way bigger.
it's not 64 gigabytes. It's 69 gigabytes because you know what he does with the books. How many books have you done this with, Seven? That's. I've noticed you kind of doing it now and again.
There's really not much to do when you guys sleep, so a lot of times I was down at the library.
So, is there a book you haven't done that to in the library?
Yeah, it takes a while for it to go through all those pages. I mean, it's basically
okay.
the book is reading the book.
That's. Our books can read books?
It's not the most
Are
absurd
books
thing
usually
that's happened
sentient?
here.
No, but I know that, but I as far as I know, I could just do messages in it. I didn't know it could do that. That's good to know.
Have you ever asked your book questions?
I have not.
Tate's like the
Not
least using the book character.
I'm not book knowledge. I'm more of woods knowledge.
The book doesn't just do things, it says things. You can write down to the book and it'll respond. You can probably learn what the book's doing that way.
I've used it to contact, what was his name? You didn't give me my book.
Right? To this room.
Lael. Leo. What was that?
Yeah. Leo.
Talking in a loud or whispered something like, would me and Noah be able to hear it?
I think you guys can hear it. I don't think they're talking that quiet.
I'm probably not talking excessively loudly since he's right in my face, but you'll probably understand most of what I'm saying.
By the barrel putting the cube in. $70. Here we're not.
While he's asking these questions, I'm going to wander over to the pile of stuff and start scrummaging through it.
It's all useless crap. Random old clothes that look more ragged than the people you've seen out on the streets. Couple empty bottles, but they're cracked. Maybe even broken. You find a skull that makes you be off-put maybe for a second, until you realize it's probably not the person that wore this stuff. And it was probably a collection of the stuff that was in this room, and the gelatinous cube has just moved it due to its presence. I feel like this is the party that would try to create a sentient ooze. Just for the purpose of asking it, why do you exist?
About the cube, then? A bit of dialogue?
Yep, you guys are done with it.
Well, Marcus?
Yeah.
What would happen if you threw an ion stone of intelligence on the gelatinous cube?
Huh?
If you threw an ion stone of intelligence on the gelatinous cube, it would get an intelligence of 1.
I don't know. I mean, an intelligence of 1, the creature would essentially be nothing more than the exact same thing it is now, except able to have a slight understanding of danger.
It would understand, oh shit, I'm a thing.
Right, it would understand itself, but only in the most basic of senses. Like, realistically, an intelligence of 1, I doubt would even have a concept of permanence. Like, if you took something out of the room, as far as it's aware, that thing doesn't exist anymore.
Oh yeah, that's basically the intelligence of a fly. That's still funny, though.
Since that has happened and we have finished with the cube,
Well,
and Tate's question no longer matters to me. On my way back, I realized that my bag had been opened, and I checked to see if the things inside are covered in slime still or not.
They are not. But they do feel a little greasy.
The half-gallon of Everclear, which has had some taken out from drinking, and take a quick swig of it to see if it tastes like slime.
It does not. It thankfully still tastes like Everclear, but now you've had more alcohol. Yeah.
The good news is it still tastes like Everclear. The bad news is it's still Everclear.
Right. You're fine. At this point, I mean, that aged red, watery, liquidish wine, that's not wine, but it's not a liquor, whatever the hell I decide it's gonna technically be. Maybe it's wine, I don't know, whatever. At this point, he's essentially taken 3 shots of, like, Everclear. Of just almost pure alcohol. You're fine, but you feel a little warm.
Pretty sure that would also make me feel warm.
Yeah. Both. You're like, wow, my outsides now feel like my insides. Or is it the other way around? Nah, who cares? Alright, they're all dead. Replaced with gelatinous cubes.
And rename.
Anyway.
Do we get to play the Gelatinous Cube campaign?
Into gelatinous cube.
So, the odd Power Ranger team that we have going on here, what do...
Would it be possible to climb that rubble? Or
It
is
does not.
high enough?
It doesn't go high enough. And there's rubble inside of the hole, too.
Can we see your grappling hook?
Hard to tell, but probably not. Whatever made the hole definitely does not care about structural integrity, nor does it give two fucks about not damaging a place that's old. No, but it looks like the cube's probably gone through it. Probably not.
Possible, you believe.
So that means there's something else here that can fit through doors and has made a hole in the wall. Or maybe once upon a time there was like a bomb and it went off there.
We all know how gnomes are.
Right, it looks like that's just a part of history that you may not ever know.
Me gnomes. Keep in mind I have not read the books or anything, or realize that gnomes are here, or were here.
That was more of my
Spell,
comment
let's give it away.
than Zephyr. Because the book I was reading through was multiple languages rather than just the two, so I don't know it's specifically just Gnomish. And I don't know Gnome,
next question
so
then.
I don't know the language.
Resting in here besides that cube that we had fought?
Well, I found a whole bunch of shit to maybe go try at home, and hopefully not fucking kill us. And it looks like Zephyr found something.
Yeah, I'm scribing down some magic alchemy research notes.
But, other than that,
Tran-
not really. I'm gonna go look over in the chair.
Don't think I saw anything on runes like that were on that pillar.
Yeah.
Except mine. I'm a good hand. I'm a good handyman.
No, not yet. It's generally a bad idea for me to be opening doors.
Here, make a sound.
Just a normal door. Sure.
Or I think it was in the other room. Did you go in there?
I opened it. There were stairs. Didn't go in. I didn't say there were stairs up. Yes, they go up, but no, I didn't go to the top.
I'm under the assumption that I'm still a little bit traumatized from the acid damage and being inside a cube and paralyzed. Yeah,
And plus this hole up here.
stay up regardless that I can actually fucking see it. as a player.
Also, the previous couple rooms you've been in go up a floor. They're raised ceilings.
For the rated people, player knowledge.
Anyway, so does anyone check the doors?
I'm still checking the shelf.
It's just random crap.
Why is Avina on the table?
Why wouldn't Avina be on a table?
I mean, I know that she basically does it for fucking shits and giggles, but...
So, I forgot to say it because I forgot to unmute. If I stand on the table, can I see possibly maybe what's in the room up here?
Nothing?
Help me. Help me.
I'm going to check this door.
Door.
Yep.
For traps and shit. Yeah.
It's locked.
And check for
Can I
traps
see
and
what's
shit.
up in there, Marcus? From the table?
I do not see any traps. Fuck. Because that is a...
I mean, judging based on first-person perspective, I can kind of see what's up in there.
Used to hold up the blinds.
All I can see in third person is, oh god, seizures!
No, you really can't see anything in there. Looks like a dark room.
Why is my ruler pushing everybody? I did.
What were you asking though, Kelb? Were you asking something before?
He said he was going to
Glam,
check.
were you asking something?
No.
Really?
Oh yeah, I failed that like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Door check it. Is that unlocked? This door
Also
said no.
locked. Not unless you point it out to him. He could think you're just fucking with him. He could also just not be paying attention to you trying to open it and not being able to. That's up to Tucson.
Tucson is taking a half nap right now. He's very fucking tired, as it is 2 hours past his normal latest time to be awake.
To be awake. I'm trying to figure out how to get out of it.
Just change your perspective.
I kind of can't. I'm in first.
That too. Are you able?
I can see the bottom of your hands.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh god. That was a weird place to go into it.
I go over to Lamb. Sorry, Perth Robes. That door's locked too then, since you're still standing at it? And I fell over.
Yeah, it looks like it.
You're right.
I don't know, do we want to start bashing down doors, or do we have more tact than this?
Locked. So we can go that. before we try breaking these down. So what
Yeah,
was
that's true.
the first main room that we came into? That was locked as well.
Yep. There's been a couple of locked doors that you guys have checked and then had to go on from.
It was before we start breaking these down.
Yeah, there's one in like the main corridor that I assume was locked since you guys didn't open it.
Onward. Did I not mention that?
Not that
I know I
can
didn't mention
remember.
it. Stairwell? What's the difference between a staircase and...
Portcullis. A stairwell, I think, is circular.
Yeah. So the party's gonna head on over to the staircase.
A staircase is just the stairs. A stairwell is a room in a building that's 4 stairs. The definition is a shaft in a building, but it basically just means that it's an isolated stairs.
Are we just doing a fucking conga line over to the stairs?
Please.
Yep.
In that case, you guys get to the door and staircase.
Stairs. If model will let me. Is this door?
It is not.
Coming close behind me.
I am at bottom of stairs.
Lit up at this point or no?
There are, and they will. I just need to read something real quick to make sure I'm not gonna explain this wrong.
Reminds me of this being a puzzle.
Fair enough. You go into the room, the torches flicker to life, and you know what an ethereal marauder is?
That means, but I have no idea what it actually is in the sense of D&D. What's happening?
Card tricks. The tablet got an upgrade. It's adorable. Can I have it for a pet?
So you open the door, the lights flicker to life, you see something like that standing there. Had been in the darkness, and it just does a loud screech at you with its weird mouth thing, and runs away towards essentially a wall. Is there anyone that knows magic in that area? Like Lamb?
In what area?
No, you're back there. So you see that, and it essentially runs through the wall, as far as you can tell. It's to your character's right. It was here, essentially like maybe smelling something or doing something over there, and then it ran towards this wall and more or less evaporated, but into a wall. Correct, nothing happens.
Yes.
No. I was kind of staring at the stairs if you saw anything. You feel okay? I mean, you just kind of got up from being inside that thing. Have you been drinking again?
I like that answer. Have you been drinking other than what you saw me drink? Yes.
Okay.
Beast thing that went through the wall, actually, right where you're standing, Jason. We're just about there.
Not really, I'm just gonna walk past you.
What wall did it go through?
You said which wall?
I'm gonna check that wall for a second or two.
As far as you can tell, there's nothing special about the wall.
Okay then. Yeah. Good to know.
Now, in this room, though, other than the 2 torches and the 2 doorways that you can go into from, excluding the 3rd one that you came from, there is desks with chairs, and on the desks are parchments, paper, a bunch of notes, or some such. This almost looks like an office room.
Am I able to read any of it? Or at least pushing the chair aside.
Well, you start to look at one, and you can't really make heads and tails out of what's going on in it.
Is it just because I don't understand the language, or is it because, like, what the fuck am I reading?
Yes and yes.
Okay.
It seems to be, like,
All
per
of them?
one, you can't tell. Like, say you open up one and you can read all the words, but it's not a case of like, oh, it uses the same dictionary, or the same alphabet, but it's different language. It's got words that mean nothing to you. It'd be like going back in time and telling a caveman's cell phone.
Or telling him any word in general.
Well, right, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's the equivalent of that, where you're like, not to say this word is in it, but it's like, you're like, telephone? The fuck is that? That kind of a thing.
Telephone?
Telefune? That person sounds like an asshole.
I don't know. He can talk to people from miles away. He must be some powerful wizard.
Nevertheless, though, it seems to be some sort of reports, as if it was coming in and this is where they get filed or such. It is not. Is Tucson checking that door?
Yep.
It's locked.
I pull out my Masterwork Thieves tools.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and lockpick it. Almost nat 20. 13. Yeah.
No, you are not able to open it. Do you wish to examine it or try again? Your character does hear another door get opened.
Also 17.
Yes, you were.
Oh god damn, I was muted for that.
Yeah,
Door? Wait. Where? From what?
Kelb. From Kelb. As you try to pick the door and were unable to pick it, you're like, God damn it. And then you hear a door open up, and if you glance to your side, you see Arim opening a door into a hallway that branches off to the left.
Okay. Yes.
Alright, on a 17, you still fail, but I need you to, I need you to roll me a... Hang on.
Reflex?
That is.
Well, I already rolled it. I'm just waiting for what I add. Okay, 22.
You step aside as a net flings out in front of the door. It was locked and trapped. You didn't set the trap off the first time, but you set it off the second time.
Okay.
Does he wish to try one more time?
Yes.
Also, there's a large net now, if anyone wishes to acquire a large net.
Yes.
Lockpicking.
I'm just still looking through this stuff, trying to make heads or tails of any of it.
I'm staying on this side of the room.
Avito?
Mr. Fox.
Yes.
What is Avina doing?
Probably just looking around. I don't know. I don't think there's not much to do right now.
You can see what Tucson's doing.
24, by the way.
You picked it that time.
Great.
Walking up to Tucson.
A few steps down this hallway.
Alright, after you get to that point, on the walls, you see... You see glowing runes on the wall. Here. Nope.
This room. And make a comment about it to everyone there.
I mean, this door just shot a net at me, so I think those runes might shoot something at you as well.
That's a net hitting the ground.
Yeah, it sounded like a firing trigger, almost. So are you gonna go in the room?
I'm gonna look in the room quietly.
You peer in, and no lights are turning on. You can't see very far. You can only see as far as your vision allows you in pretty much darkness. Other than on the far end of the room, you can see the hole in the wall.
I close the door. Who can see in the dark? You open door and look in.
How far can you see? Alright, it is a room without any torches. This room is definitely just completely dark. It looks like there's a couple spots on the wall where it was supposed to light up, but something's destroyed it. Whether it be from this place's past, when it was a normal place, or whether it be some ex-treasure hunters and maybe there was a battle that happened here. Again, tales are lost to time. But the room, what you can make out, seems to have some archery equipment.
Stationary targets, my one weakness.
You can also see 3 doorways and then the hole in the wall, which you now recognize as the one above the apothecary.
That there are no torches in that room, at least nothing that seems to be functioning, and I recommend bringing your own light source if you are not able to see in the dark. After saying Arid or Zephyr to see if he wants his eyes changed to dark vision. Yes, Tucson?
Kelb.
Wait, who?
Ever since the first thing has been bugging the shit out of me. And I half think it's part of the map. That is a great tool.
I think you turned it the wrong 90 degrees.
Okay, but I fixed it.
That's when Avina suddenly feels funny.
She ate a sandwich.
Okay. All 5 of us do not need to cast Enlarge Person on Avina at the same time.
Does it say anything before I walk over to Zephyr and ask him if he changed?
I'm still just going through papers.
I'll wait.
We might as well try it.
So, I just realized something. Yeah, that's true, but he's never gonna get it now, he's on vacation.
At least the current version of Gnome is. Remember, there's time travel in my world.
I just realized something though. There's overhealing, right? Technically, couldn't you have a party of nothing but clerics and kill everything you run across?
No.
You need to overheal by a pretty large amount, and we'd run out of spells very quickly.
I think overheal is technically more of a Pathfinder thing, but everyone just ported it over to everything else because it's just a fun concept.
Case of overhealing. It would not combine into a super heal.
Right, that too.
Guys, what you're telling me is
here.
a bunch of level 1s meet a level 10 cleric, and then he kills them all by healing them with mass healing word.
Roll for the, I think, Marcus, or no?
No, you take your time. It's pretty much when you're first doing it, or when you're rushing it. But if you're doing it just taking your time, you're fine. At least for something like this. If you were constantly swapping out arms, then yeah. Or trying to do it in the middle of combat, right? But this is pretty much just pop the eye out, change a lever, and pop the eye back in. It's more complicated than that, but that's essentially what it is.
Which setting are we using? Oh, okay, this is the one that's like night vision goggles where everything's kind of greenish and bright areas are overexposed.
So,
Ultralight.
so with that then, is the party gonna head into the room? Lamb, does Perthros wish to take as many of the scrolls, if not all of the scrolls, with him before leaving?
Yes.
Okay. Just jot that down in your notes.
I have lighted a hooded lantern.
If the party is prepared to go ahead and put your characters in there in the very, like, first part of the room.
In there.
The 3 doors as well as the opening that seems to be from the other room that we were in.
So, Kelb, you were the first to enter, yeah? This time?
I was second.
Lamb, is Perthros not entering in right now?
I kinda can't.
You technically can walk through their space.
Yeah, but I don't know how far in I can get, and I don't want to be in front of them.
Fair enough. In that case, then, as you guys walk in,
A whole bunch of
Again.
things come in swarming behind Perthros, devouring his face.
right, again, you are really the only one that noticed. Arim might have caught in a slight glimpse, but this time, Arim, instead of seeing this ethereal creature, you see what looked like a shadow walk through the door across the room. And that's where we'll end game for the day.